the Beach Boys M.I.U. album from 1978. Right now, on States and Kingdoms.
So now we're finally into late 70s Beach Boys.
Finally. Here we are. The moment everyone's been waiting for.
Yeah, right. Well, we recently talked about Holland, Beach Boys Love You. We didn't talk about 15 Big Ones, but we got this, and I had no expectations for this album at all when we bought this, which was ages ago. And,
yeah.
You know, we said this in another one, like, we really thought, because this is at the time, I mean, we thought that the 70s Beach Boys were just going to be one big letdown, but, you know, they're not. Holland is great. We love Beach Boys Love You. And we like this a lot more than we expected to as well. No, I mean, like we were saying this before. You know, we're not critics. We're fans. So instead, we focus on not so much what's not here, but what's here.
Right.
And there's still some good stuff on here. And you know,
I like this album a lot.
None of these albums are masterpieces. And also, considering the turmoil in the Beach Boys.
When you say none of these albums, you mean?
None of them after Beach Boys Love You.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify.
And but you know, like I said, considering the inner turmoil of the Beach Boys, I mean, like these albums are almost better than they should be.
I had no expectations when we picked this guy up.
It's like our
But I also
audience
didn't think
with our videos.
I also didn't think that it was going to be bad. I didn't.
No, not bad.
You know, I didn't have any preconceived notions of late 70s Beach Boys.
Not bad. Bad is a word that gets thrown around a little bit too much, more than genius even. Yeah. Stop throwing that word. But no, not bad. Just
different.
Not as good at all. Much less of good.
This is how I treat Beach Boys albums. That any album is a gift. Treat it as such. So even though maybe M.I.U. isn't amazing, I think it's really good. And just for the fact that we've got more Beach Boys songs in the world.
Yeah, anyway, so let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Uh-oh.
We're not going to talk about all the stuff. I mean, like, behind the scenes stuff, you know, I mean, that's just
gossip.
Because when we got this, I mean, I really just focused on the music.
Yeah.
It was before, I mean, there was the internet, of course, there had been, you know, but before cell phone, before cell phones, really, before cell phones. And
before smartphones.
The internet was only there when you needed it, instead of being, like, in your face all the time. So I got this and just put it on. I was very pleasantly surprised by it, because it's still the Beach Boys. She's got rhythm.
Yeah, she does.
I think that's a really good song.
It's a really good song.
It sounds like something that could have been on Beach Boys Love You.
Totally.
It's definitely, you know, a rock and roll song. It's catchy.
Yeah, it's dynamic. I like the part that kind of, you know, the pace slows down and Mike Love does that little, his little Mike Love. It's got Brian's boogie woogie roots.
Yeah, and we're saying, if it is actually just like from the Celebration backing track, this one swings a bit more though. You know, it's definitely got more of that boogie woogie thing that Brian, you know, always did.
Bruno Kirby.
I like this version of Come Go With Me. I like the song. It's one of the all-time great rock and roll songs, and I think it's good. It's a good version.
Yeah.
Al sings it. It was a belated hit for them, and what can you say? It's a good production of this song. It's a great song. They do it well. Of course they would.
Of course they would.
Well, of course they would.
It's the freaking Beach Boys.
And so here's the thing. Hey Little Tomboy seems to be a bone of contention. At least it was at the time.
Well, I mean, all in all, some people consider this their worst album ever. I don't. Hey Little Tomboy is maybe my favorite song of all time.
It's a strange thing to not like that or think that it's juvenile. It is a little juvenile. But it fits in so well with.
I say charming.
Well, it is charming, and more than that, it's actually an awesome piece of music. I think it's really great when it slows down and
get out, and that like kind of resets. It's like boom, boom, and then it picks back up.
So
again.
it's kind of like the same bass as the Humpty Dance. You know.
I like that.
Anyway,
it's very.
But it's
evocative.
this is Brian.
That's Brian.
It's
that's
totally Brian. So it's strange to.
He's been writing songs like that forever.
Yeah.
So to pick on that and say, see, he lost it. Like you can't do that.
It goes hand in hand with the lofty, sublime songs. These quirky, funny,
mundane
songs as well.
Day-to-day.
And I think musically, this is still a great track.
I think it's awesome.
You know, so this song, listening to it, captured my attention.
Oh yeah,
immediately.
As soon as we started listening to this album years and years ago, "Hey Little Tomboy" was up there.
We keep saying years and years ago. I don't know, what was it, like 10 years ago? Yeah, I guess it was like 10 years ago. It was
Maybe a little
no,
more.
it was more than that. It was more than that. You know, the weakest songs on the album, and I would say.
We don't focus on the weak.
No, I would just say they're kind of uninspired. They're not.
Yeah.
It's not a terribly profound record at all. It's not. The highs aren't so high and the lows ain't so low. It's kind of middling. But for the Beach Boys, I'll take it.
That's what I said.
No, I said it better. Kona, ice cream
Chameleon.
Kona Coast. It's like a ditty, but it's
Yeah.
still a good. It's still a good. It's a good ditty, and I like their Hawaii songs. They revisited Hawaii throughout their career.
Yeah.
It's fine as a a nice little song.
Which leads us into Peggy Sue, which is also a nice little song.
It is, but this song, I don't know that
it feels out of place.
It fits on this album.
It feels out of place on the record.
For one of the absolute all-time greatest rock and roll songs, I'm not in love with this version of it.
Yeah, and Al handles the vocals fine.
Yeah.
He sounds great as usual, but it doesn't need to be here.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't really.
It doesn't really add anything.
So it's funny to me that sort of the weakest track on the album is not even a Beach Boys song. It's a Buddy Holly song,
Typical.
which is really I don't know, seems sacrilegious, but yeah. Won't You Come Out Tonight is not one of the better songs on here, I think. It doesn't particularly move you.
I'm all about side 2.
But it's a good rock and roll track. And it does, I don't know, it just reminds me of, Neil Sedaka.
Sweet Sunday Kind of Love. This is a really nice song.
It is. It's a nice melody.
It's simple, but it's very pretty.
It's got that Beach Boys charm.
No, it really does. It does.
Yeah, it's one of the better songs on here. I think.
It's a solid, straightforward love song, with really, really nice lyrics. It's not,
like a number of
grand.
songs on this album, I mean, it's somewhat reminiscent of earlier songs. In a way, it doesn't do anything new. And it doesn't necessarily set out to do anything new. So I'm not willing to penalize it for that.
Belle of Paris. Belle of Paris.
The thing I like about this song, though, is it's like a list song.
It's got like that Brian train of thought.
Mm-hmm. Every line is another place name. It's kind of funny. It's
so
not
I walked over here and I picked up an apple
my favorite songs,
and I walked over there.
But that's amusing. I do like that. It's funny.
It's classic. I love Pitter Patter.
Yeah, I like it too. I like
think
the changes.
It's got like really great structure and it really moves and it's just really, really nice song.
I just think the Beach Boys were at such a crossroads, and they'd had very successful tours. People wanted to see them. They wanted to see them play the old songs, so they kind of, did that on record. And it didn't sell. I'm not sure what the Beach Boys had to do.
I don't know what the fans wanted from them. Yeah. I honestly don't. At this time, I don't know what they expected, what they wanted.
I'm not sure what they wanted. I don't know. But, something like Holland, which is such a great, great album, it doesn't sound like the Beach Boys circa 1965, And then this, which, you know, doesn't sound like 65, but it's got some traces of earlier Beach Boys. And it didn't really do anything. I mean, did they have to actually just recreate, you know, All Summer Long? Would that have done it? All right, whatever. Anyway.
My Diane.
Oh, yeah, well, I think most people think this is the best song on the album.
Really? I mean, I think it's great. I love the end. Love, love, love the end. It's beautiful. Sublime.
This is really a leftover from Beach Boys' Love You. But, you know, we were saying before...
You can't have a song. You can't have 2 songs on the same album. One that you sing with your wife.
Well, I know, whatever.
And then one that you sing about her sister.
This is credited to Dennis, the singing.
Yes.
But
I hear
both
saying,
of them. It really does at the beginning. It does sound like it's
Brian
both of them
and
singing.
Dennis.
Always so difficult with the Beach Boys, though.
It is, but I would put money on it. I think I hear both.
On the cubbies.
Yeah,
it does.
No, it's a great song.
But
I love Dennis. That's all.
Good for you.
Match point of my love is match point of your love. Match point of our love. Match point of our love is probably my favorite song. It was at the time when we first started listening to this. That song really caught me. I think that's just a great song. It's such a good song.
It is. It's a really good song.
I love it. I think it's it's got a little bit of a 70s kind of sound to it.
I mean,
but
yeah, of course.
That song could be on almost any album. I think it's great.
Well, it's not like the version of Here Comes the Night on the next album.
We'll talk about that next time.
Yeah. Winds of Change is interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about this song, to be honest. I listen to it. It doesn't. Yeah. I mean, I always leave it on. It's not like I skip it. I don't know what to say about it. It sounds like a Disney song.
It does.
In the beginning.
It does. It's like it's a little bit like A Whole New World.
Oh.
But it's interesting. It's interesting. It's got like kind of a grandness to it. Mm-hmm. It's pretty spare, like it's really just vocally led, and it almost like it feels like the vocals sort of they overlap on each other. Yeah, so it's I don't know, it's interesting. I agree. I'm not quite sure what I think about it. It's a nice song. It's a nice melody, but it doesn't feel out of place either.
No.
It's just it's interesting. It's almost like Good Night on the White Album.
This album altogether, I mean, it's hard to separate what you know about the Beach Boys and what was going on at the time, and then from the actual songs, and just the album as a whole. It's up and down, definitely. But there's some really good songs on here still. So I mean, I wouldn't consider this in any way a bad album. Like we said before, I don't think the Beach Boys ever made a bad album.
No, I don't think so either.
But
yeah, were they happier at certain recording sessions? Well, yes.
Yeah, it's a mess, and whatever. Whatever.
That's for another time.
Not really.
Go read yourself.
Not even.
You can go to Wikipedia. It's not hard.
Isn't it, though?
Beach Boys, M.I.U. album. Hope you enjoyed our discussion. Please like and comment. Let us know what you think. And subscribe to our channel. Stacey Kingdoms will put out videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So stick around. We'll see you next time.